Passengers vanish on overnight flight. The shocking truth behind the time travel experiment. On April 27, 2007, a flight took off from New York bound for Rome. But what the passengers didn't know was that this flight would be the scariest of their lives. Watch the story to the end to understand, as the ending is surprising. Subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any stories, and if you like this video, click the like button. The overnight flight, LX-320, bound for Rome, is ready for takeoff. Flight attendant Linda, a 30-year-old woman with a penetrating gaze and professional demeanor, makes the final preparations in the cabin. She checks everything meticulously, showing a dedication that goes beyond standard protocol. Among the passengers, Detective Ramos stands out, a 40-year-old man with a shrewd look and observant posture. He discreetly observes the other passengers, analyzing them with the gaze of someone who has seen a lot in life. The plane is a modern model, but has a gloomy atmosphere due to the soft lighting and the silence of the passengers, many of whom are trying to sleep or are absorbed in their thoughts. The constant hum of the engine creates a feeling of isolation from the outside world. Small lights illuminate the aisle, casting shadows across the rows of seats. Several hours after takeoff, while most passengers are sleeping, a muffled scream echoes through the cabin. A visibly disturbed passenger calls Linda and points to the now empty seat beside her. Her husband, who had been sleeping next to her, has disappeared without a trace. Linda tries to calm her down, thinking of a logical explanation, but a quick inspection reveals that the passenger has indeed vanished. Alarmed, Linda informs the captain and begins to check the airplane, while Detective Ramos, awakened by the commotion, watches closely. He approaches Linda, introduces himself as a former police officer, and offers to help. Together, they start investigating, interviewing passengers and checking compartments and bathrooms. There is no sign of the missing man. The mystery deepens when Linda finds a strange object under one of the seats, an unfamiliar small electronic device that doesn't seem to be part of the airplane. Ramos examines the device but cannot identify its function. Meanwhile, tension among the passengers grows, with whispers and worried glances exchanged amid the confusion. This first act sets the stage for an intriguing mystery, introducing the main characters and the challenge they will face together. The atmosphere aboard the plane is charged with tension and uncertainty, setting the stage for the surprising developments to come. As the night progresses, 2 more passengers disappear under mysterious circumstances, escalating fear and paranoia among the others. Linda and Ramos intensify their investigations. They review the passenger list and discover that one of the disappeared is linked to a secret government laboratory. Ramos, with his detective experience, suggests that these disappearances may not be coincidental. Meanwhile, tension mounts among the passengers. Accusations start to arise, and small conflicts break out. Linda and Ramos try to maintain order, but the situation is on the brink of chaos. They discover that one of the passengers is carrying confidential documents that appear to be related to the government laboratory. Through careful conversation, they learn that the laboratory was working on a time travel experiment. The discovery of the government laboratory's involvement leads Linda to reveal her true identity. She is an undercover agent sent to protect an experimental device on board. The device, inadvertently activated, is causing the temporal distortions that led to the disappearance of the passengers. This revelation shocks Ramos, but he remains focused on the mission to unravel the mystery. Together, they search for the device, which Linda believes is hidden somewhere on the plane. The search becomes a race against time, as more temporal distortions could occur at any moment. After a frantic search, they find the device hidden behind a false panel in the cockpit. However, as they attempt to deactivate it, they are confronted by one of the passengers, who reveals himself as the scientist responsible for the experiment. He tries to stop Linda and Ramos, explaining that the experiment was his entire life's work. Linda and Ramos now face not only the challenge of solving the mystery, but also the moral and ethical dilemma involved in time travel science. At the moment of highest tension, the scientist, Dr. Adler, reveals that the device can't be deactivated without a specific code. He claims that his intention was to revolutionize time travel, but admits that the experiment spiraled out of control. Linda and Ramos, with the help of a passenger who is a technology expert, work frantically to decipher the code. Meanwhile, another temporal distortion is about to occur. The cabin fills with pulsating light, and the airplane begins to shake violently. The passengers panic, but Linda calms them, demonstrating strong leadership and compassion. Ramos and the technology expert managed to unlock the device at the last second, preventing a new distortion. With the device deactivated, the missing passengers reappear, as bewildered as those who remained. Dr. Adler is detained, and the device is seized. Linda reveals that it will be necessary to hand over the device and Dr. Adler to the competent authorities upon landing. Ramos realizes that, despite the risks, the experiment opened a new field of possibilities and dangers for humanity. The plane finally lands in Rome, under the light of dawn. The passengers disembark, relieved, but carrying the memory of the unbelievable experience they shared. Linda and Ramos exchange knowing glances. Both are aware that the world is not ready for the secrets they have just uncovered. Linda hands Dr. Adler and the device over to the authorities, but not without a certain hesitation. She and Ramos say their goodbyes. As Ramos walks out of the airport, he looks back to see Linda watching him, an enigmatic look on her face. The camera pulls away, leaving a sense of mystery in the air. There's a suggestion that the story is not yet over, setting the stage for future explorations in this universe. Linda and Ramos not only saved the passengers, but also faced profound questions about the nature of time and human existence. If you've watched this far, it means the story is good, so watch another by clicking on the screen.